Hello and welcome back to the Games Kingdom. Today we've got a small unboxing. I say small, it's quite a large box, and it is the City of Kings. This is a sort of role-playing board game, is how I like to describe it, and let's get straight into it and see what we have inside. So, book-wise, we've got an Adventure Starts Here rulebook. We've got the quick reference guide, which you only sort of refer to as you're going through the story stroke campaigns, scenarios. It's just basically sort of to keep things a surprise. All the sort of monsters and bits and pieces and things are in here as far as I'm aware. As I say, I've not really looked into it because it says don't do so. In this particular version of the City of Kings, there is the sort of Kickstarter extras. I picked this up off a gentleman off Facebook who was selling it. So there's a couple of extra little expansions. You get an achievement sort of sheet, which I'm going to photocopy so that I can use the photocopied copy of these rather than the original one, just in case at a later date if I want to sort of move it on myself. And then you start getting into sort of additional packs. There's different packs of these, and I think that they I've not really sort of looked too much into it, but I think that these are just all the same really, and they're all sort of the tokens and things that you use for characters and monsters within the game. You've got some nice pieces of cardboard. This is part of the setup. This always goes on the board, and this sort of tracks things throughout the game, sort of your XPs and things, and this always sits in the corner, and you start out from certain areas, and then you, depending on the scenario, you build the tiles up from into here, and you don't know what they are. You place them sort of randomly face down, but they are different colours and they go into different areas of here. This is a thing called the Old Barn, and basically when you go back to the City of Kings with stuff that you've collected or sort of taken off things and places, then you take it back and you store it in the Old Barn, and some of the scenarios require you to take certain pieces of equipment or supplies and resources back to the City of Kings. This is the time track. Always starts at midnight, and most times it seems, within sort of what I've read so far, you start at midnight and every round you move this sort of clock onwards, morning, late morning, midday, afternoon, evening, and back to midnight. And when you get to midnight you lose one hope. If you ever run out of hope in the game, then you lose, if you haven't already achieved the scenario objectives. And I think most of the time you get sort of 2 days to perform a lot of the sort of storyline stroke scenarios. You've got bags within the game, and they are easy, medium and hard, and the person kindly sorted all these out prior to sending them. I think they'd sort of probably not played the game, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like they have. And these have got all like the monsters and things in there as far as I'm aware, and obviously this determines their abilities as well, because they've got different things that they can do. You get a bunch of cards within the game for the different scenarios, and these are all still in their shrink, so that's what makes me think that the person hadn't actually played the game. So you've got, this tells you how to set the board up, if you can see here. That sort of thing comes in, and then that sits in here like so, and then you've got your tiles to explore sort of built up around here. So it's not a massive game board, but the actual table space the whole thing takes up is quite large. So those are those, and then you've got all of your sort of resource tokens here, sort of fish, weapons, wood, not sure what that is, bedding or some sort of linen. You get a lot of standees because there are cardboard characters and monsters within the game. and you've also got banners to go into the areas. More cards, not sure what they are. These are your actual tiles that you lay out, the different colours, so they, as I said, go onto this thing here, so they would sort of come out and you would sort of put them in here and build up the area. And some of them are this colour, some of them are red, some of them are, you know, for sort of difficulty and things. And then your monsters will come out as well and be placed out onto these tiles at the same time. So, and then you've got sort of quest tiles, you've got all of the sort of monster things here. So these are, again, there's quite a lot of these, and then those other packs of things go underneath here, and these sort of tell you what the hit points and things are, and then you build up their abilities. Some of them, these are unique characters, some of these. So again, something to sort of get my teeth into. I've not looked too much into them. I don't want to spoil the surprise of how it comes along, because I'm going to play this solo first, which is why I'm going to excuse me, photocopy things, because you can play, I think, we're sort of up to 4 people. So, you know, there's, as I say, there's lots and lots of stuff here. More little standees. These are, again, the bits that go under the cards. So that just gives you different things on how many damage and stuff you do. And when there's no dice to roll in this to cause damage, basically if your character or the monster or wherever you're fighting does a certain amount of damage, that's the damage they do when they attack you. So again, another little bag with sort of character standees in. Some more little things there that you can actually create your own bits and pieces. More game cards. This is one of the sort of Kickstarter sort of extra bits that you can buy. It's a set of side quests, so we'll leave that to one side for the time being. And then the plastic models, which are quite nice. These are an extra that you can purchase and just replace the standees. So these are more for sort of the actual game characters rather than monsters. The monsters will still be standees, but these are the actual game sort of characters that you can play. So they're very nice, nice solid plastic. This is the, obviously, the Rock creature, not Dwayne Johnson. And then you've got, yeah, these are really nice. Some nice details on these. That looks like some sort of cross between a Scotty dog and a stag. That's a bit weird. And then you've got your sort of generic humans here and various things, elves. So yeah, I might have a go at painting those. I might just leave them, as I say, if I sort of pass this on in the future. Sometimes people like buying the things and they've not been painted. And then you've got resource trays. These are a nice touch as well. So these keep all your bits and pieces, including your dice, all neat. And then, although we've got the resources in there in cardboard, they're all in here as well as wooden pieces for a lot of things here. So you've got your food, your wood, your fish. Sorry, that looks like wheat, fish, wood, some sort of weapon or armour, stone. So yeah, and then we've got some other little cubes here, and we've got some coloured markers. These go on the player boards. So you've got 4 different colours that you can be there, and then you've obviously got some extra cards, and then there's 3 different sets of dice. And then this is one of the nicest things. These are all the player boards, but also as a sort of Kickstarter thing, straight something that you can buy on here. There are the player boards there, but what you can do with these is you can use these overlays like so, and you can sort of place it on top, and then when you're putting your tokens in here during the game, it just stops them moving about. it would have been nice if the things were either recessed or underneath, so that it didn't move the paper, because they're just flat. Just putting that on top, they could still sort of move about a little bit, but it's certainly a nice touch, that. And as you can see, they will fit in here quite nicely. Then there's spaces for your cards. Then you've got little sort of round markers which you get in with your coloured tokens, and you move them about, and as you use your actions, you move them and remove them in these sort of areas here. There's bits and pieces that you can sort of add in, those little cards and things that I showed you earlier. So you sort of add these things, and this sort of builds up your character almost like a D&D character as you're going along, because some of the things in here, if you get to meet certain monsters during the game and you've not leveled up in certain areas, then you're literally just not going to last. Some of the fights can take apparently between sort of 15 and 30 minutes, but you can continue to play the game whilst that combat is still going on. But apparently, yeah, the rulebook says that some of them can drag on, because the hit points that some of these things can have are quite high. So you might need more than one person to fight. And there are, I think, sort of half a dozen or so different characters. Similar to somebody else reviewing this online, they did say it would have been better if some of them had different stat abilities, but they all seem to be very generic, very similar. They're just different features. So you've got like the rock guy there, you've got a dwarf, you've got a guy there that's either supposed to be some sort of ranger type thing, but looks a bit like Snake Plissken. You've got some sort of I'm not sure what he's supposed to be, some sort of lizard guy. That looks a bit sort of like a female elf. And then you've got these extra things here. These are the ones for the small characters, the extension characters that came with the with sort of like expansion packs. So these are nice, because these are actually cardboard, these guys. So these are very, very nice. It's a shame that these are just pieces of sort of paper with a bit about the character on the back. But these ones are a lot better. They're still not recessed enough. It perhaps would have been good that if these boards would have had some sort of either edging to them, or the plastic thing had an edging to them underneath, and as I say, so they didn't slide around. But yeah, very good quality. There's going to be a lot going on. I think it's going to take a while to get through them. There's a lot of scenarios. There's a sort of, I think, 7 different stories in there, and obviously you've got all the side quests as well that you can do. So this might take a while to play through, but looks like it'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully, once I've played a few games, try and get some of my gaming friends to play it as well, as a bit of a campaign. So that's the City of Kings. I'll come back and give you a review, hopefully once I've played a game or two, just to let you know how it is and how I get on. But for now, that's it. Thanks very much, and we'll see you again soon.